Okay, people, I've got reports that a Ditto is loose in the building.
I haven't seen any.
Same.
Ditto. Grrr!
Hello, YouTube! This is Chriz Maniac bringing you folks another Pokemon X and Y Wi-Fi battle. And now this battle is against, again, SoneMence. And she always brings interesting things. That's why I like battling against her. It's always fun battling against her. Anyways, I brought my team, which is I like really much. It's I have a defensive core of Tentacruel, Gliscor, and Aggron, and Slurpuff is there just to like wish and stuff because I have lots of walls in this team. And Ditto is there for the offense. And I have my Zoroark just to taunt and like trick people and stuff, and to like take out potential Scizors like what she has in her team and stuff. But anyways, the MVP of this match is my Ditto. Ditto trolls SoneMence hard in this battle. You'll see why. I do so many awesome plays with my Ditto. My Ditto is awesome. I love my Ditto. Anyways, folks, you might notice that I have a different video quality than before. It might be better or worse, I'm not sure, but I started recording with my video camera rather than my camera itself, and it seems like it's doing pretty well. And I know, I like to hear about you guys, what do you think about it. I think it looks different, it looks better, in my opinion. Anyways, we start off the battle, she leads off with a Shuckle, and I lead off with my Aggron. And I know right here she's gonna set up some sort of like hazard, and I'm hoping that she doesn't set up Sticky Web, because my Ditto would hate the Sticky Web on the field. But I can spin that away with my Tentacruel later on if she does go for that. Anyways, I go for the Iron Head just to deal damage to this thing. It does a pretty good amount, like more than 50%, like 55%. She still has Stealth Rocks, and that's fine with me. My team doesn't really mind Stealth Rocks, and I can spin them away later on. And I can hit that thing with another Iron Head next turn if she chooses to stay in, and it would knock it out. Anyway, she withdraws her Shuckle, and then comes her Japanese Talio thing, and yeah, in comes her Water Pony, and I Iron Head that thing. It does a pretty good amount to it, considering that she resists that thing. She resists Iron Head, and she goes for Double Stitch right here into her Superior. And that's just right there. I don't want to take a Hydro Bump from that thing, whether it be Choice Specs or Choice Scarf. So I'm scared of that thing. And I switch into my Tentacruel, and she switches it into her Superior. So that's a very good decision for me. I can hit her with Sludge Wave or go for the Rapid Spin. She goes for a taunt, predicting me to like do something, like set up something like Toxic Spikes. I go for the attacking move right away. I actually poison that Superior, which is really lucky because Sludge Wave has a 10% chance to poison and I poison it. So yeah, very lucky hacks on my part. And it doesn't really matter, I can knock this thing out with another hit. Anyways, she withdraws her Superior, and I'm thinking that she's gonna withdraw on that turn, so I believe they go for the Rapid Spin. Yeah, I go for the Rapid Spin. Tsushima showing her moves, just spinning away those stones. And yeah, away goes her stones. Anyways, it comes to Drapion, and I know that Drapion's like the Earthquake, so I'm like, oh no, I'm gonna get out of here. I don't want to take an Earthquake from this thing. And I bring in my Gliscor. Anyways, right here, I bring in my Gliscor. She goes for the knockoff. I'm like, no! My Gliscor now doesn't have any Toxic on it, and yeah, I have no healing basically. And my Gliscor is basically just a bit, actually way more useless now. And my Gliscor's mad. He goes for an Earthquake just to want to kill something because he lost his only source of health, his Toxic Orb. And I can't really have that anymore because yeah, I got knocked off, and it sucks. Anyways, SoneMence takes this opportunity to set up her Sticky Web, and I'm like, ooh, this is interesting. This is a very interesting opportunity for me because I could come in with my what's it called, with my Ditto, with my Scarf Ditto, and set up a Sticky Web on my own. And I know that her Shuckle would not. Her Pokemon would not like to get a Sticky Web because she has a Gardevoir and what's it called, Superior. But anyways, I don't do that yet. I just spin away her hazards right now because my Pokemon won't appreciate Sticky Web. My Zoroark and my Zoroark and my Ditto. There you go. And she goes for the Aerial Ace for Air Boost. That's boosted by Choice Band most likely, and by what's it called? Choice Band and by Technician, so that's a pretty good amount of damage to my Tentacruel, switch in my Aggron, just take a new physical move from that thing. And I bring in, and she brings in her Shuckle. So I'm like, oh sweet, okay, a Shuckle, awesome. And now I could, okay, yeah, never mind, I don't do that yet. Anyways, it comes to Caesar, just take any move that I bring at it. I go for Earthquake, just wanting to take off that Shuckle. And that is a pretty good amount of damage to his Caesar. And I bring in my Ramford, my what's it called? Not Whimsicott. Slurpuff, there you go. I can't remember stuff today. Anyways, he goes for a U-turn. She goes for a U-turn. I'm not thinking that she's gonna go for a Bullet Punch because I have my Slurpuff in here. And yeah, she goes into her Gardevoir, which is shiny, which is interesting. And I restore a little HP with my leftovers. She Mega Evolves into a Mega Gardevoir, and I can't really do much against this Mega Gardevoir because I am specially offensive. And let me just say that shiny Mega Gardevoir looks so cool. Look at that awesome dress that she has. It's all black and stuff. Anyways, my Slurpuff doesn't do much this battle because she gets knocked out one shot with Hyper Voice. And I don't know, Roman could take one hit from this thing and I can hit it back with a super effective Iron Head. So I don't do that. So yeah, she switches out right there. I go for a Thunder Wave, just seeking to like slow that thing down or whatever shit is in. And then comes her Shuckle. And now here's where I believe I switch into my Ditto and set up Sticky Web. Because I know her what's it called? Mega Gardevoir won't appreciate Sticky Web. So I bring in Chimerical, my Ditto. And by the way, Chimerical's definition in the dictionary means to wish for something and become that thing. Yeah, it's very complicated. Just search it up. I can't really explain it right here. Anyways, I turned into Shuckle right here, and I think it's opportunity just as a Sticky Web, and that is awesome because now her Pokemon switching in would be slowed down, and my slower Pokemon have an opportunity to dispatch them. Anyways, yeah, I do just that, set up Sticky Web, and she brings in her Gardevoir just in before Sticky Web and sort of thing, just so she won't get slowed down by it. Anyways, it brings Tsushima, just like as like KO fodder basically, and that she could hit her Gardevoir with a super effective Sludge Wave. But that Sludge Wave, even though it's super effective, won't do much to your Gardevoir because it's Calm Mind. It has Calm Mind up now, and I won't be able to do much versus this thing. So I'm hoping that she can take me out with Hyper Voice, and she won't keep boosting up because that'll be very dangerous if she keeps boosting up. So I hit that thing with Sludge Wave, and that does a pretty good amount of damage to it, but that's not enough to hit KO. So, and this thing's faster than me. So down goes Tsushima, my Tentacruel, and I take this opportunity to bring in Machiavelli safely. And I made a mistake this battle. I didn't disguise my Zorak as something else this battle. So he's right here, just like in plain sight, and he's not disguised or anything. But yeah, I just want to do damage to that Gardevoir before I take it out with my own Ditto, and my Ditto turns into a Mega Gardevoir, keeping all its boosts and stuff, and she goes for a Shadow Ball, just wanting to like do damage to me before I take it out with a Hyper Voice of my own, and now my Ditto is going to wreck shop with a +1 Hyper Voice to everything that she brings in. So I go to Drapion, which is an unfortunate sacrifice to my Ditto, to my Mega Gardevoir, which is the Ditto. I go for Hyper Voice, does so much damage to it, almost taking it out. She goes for Pursuit, and that doesn't take my Gardevoir out, which is my Ditto. So that is very lucky on my part. I can just finish this thing off, or not really. She switches out right here into her Shuckle just to fodder it off, I guess. And I go for the Hyper Voice once again, just spamming my Hyper Voice all over the place. Actually, I go for a Shadow Ball right there, just thinking that she might bring in her Gardevoir next turn or something. I don't know. But that's enough to take out the Shuckle, and down goes Shuckle. So it comes her Caesar, and I know that Caesar could potentially Bullet Punch my Gardevoir down, so I don't want to take out Bullet Punch, and I can keep my Ditto for later on. And I bring in Roman once again, just take on any physical attack that this Scizor throws at me. And Roman, being the physically defensive beast that he is, just takes like nothing from that, and this gives me another opportunity just to like hit something really hard with Iron Head or Earthquake or something. So she sacrifices her Drapion to my Aggron right here, and this thing is slow as heck now because it is Thunder Wave and Sticky Web, so I can just hit this thing hard next turn with Earthquake or something. So I hit that Drapion with Earthquake, and that takes it right out. So down goes for Drapion, and I gotta use this card right there or whatever. And yeah, down goes that bug type thing. In comes her Japanese water pony thing, Keldeo. There you go, last name. And I know I could like outspeed this thing. Well, I stay and hoping to outspeed it, but she outspeeds me anyways. I think that thing's Scarf, but whatever. I Earthquake that thing, and that Keldeo receives a lot of damage from that Earthquake. Almost takes it out, but Roman avoids that Earthquake, that Hydro Pump, skillfully dodging it, and I can take out that Keldeo out next turn with another Earthquake, so that's great by me. And right here, I do a big misplay, which basically puts me in a lot of jeopardy this match. I switched out right here. I could have went for another Earthquake and knocked out and done a lot of damage to Caesar, but yeah, she goes for the Thief right here. Just thinking that I could like I could lift a hit. I go for a Swords Dance, and she goes for another Thief right here, and that takes my Pokemon down to red health. And right here, she shoots out to her Superior, just thinking that just stacking it off. And next turn she goes for the Bullet Punch. So I go for an Earthquake right here, taking out that Superior with a +2 Earthquake. And her last Pokemon basically is for Caesar. And all the Pokemon that are left now have red health. And so she should essentially Bullet Punch my entire team down. And if only I didn't go for a Swords Dance earlier, and if I didn't go for the Aggron switch out earlier, I could have done enough damage to Caesar and knock it out, and I could have won the game. So yeah, basically SoneMence could just sweep me this game with a Bullet Punch from her Caesar. I lived the first Bullet Punch, so that shows you how important that first Earthquake with my Gliscor would have been. I could have knocked this thing out, but no, I went for the Swords Dance, being greedy, and she could clutch the victory right here with her Caesar. So since my Scarf earlier got knocked off, or trick or something, I forgot, I lost it, she could outspeed me turn, and she could hit me with a Bullet Punch. So that was a good game, SoneMence. That was a pretty close match. Too bad I threw away that match though. I feel really bad for throwing away that match. That's one of the worst feelings. Like in all of life, throwing away a match that you could have won. Anyways, that shows you how good Ditto is, people. You can copy other people's Mega Evolutions and their boosts and proceed to wreck shop with them, with your Ditto. Anyways, I hope you folks enjoyed this battle. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you did, and I'll see you folks next time.